welcome back to my channel. I'm Amy and this is Pet Rock and Roll. But today I bring to you the final of Fatal Fangs 3. Yes, you are about to witness the last ever battle in Fatal Fangs 3, except for the bonus round, that is. Because of course, the champion is going to be taking on the Dark Den. But if this is your first time watching the tournament, then you're really late. You need to head over to my playlist and go and watch the previous rounds and then come back and join me for the rest of this one. So I am super excited to reveal these results to you of who went through from the semi-finals and is going to go head to head with each other in the final. But before I do that, let me just say that the judges found these battles extremely hard to judge. I do have voice audio clips from the judges that I will be playing you because they explain their reasons as to why they put through who they did to the final. But before we go any further, of course, we're going to have a look back at the semi-final battles. So, shall we get on with it? I'm so excited. So battle 1 of the semi-finals was Johan Exotics versus Skaana Exotics. Now the channel that was put through to the final went through on a unanimous vote from the judges. But who was it that they chose? Was it Johan or was it Skaana? I'm gonna make you wait. Just because I can. No, I'm not that mean, honestly. Or am I? The channel that has gone through to the final of Fatal Fangs 3 is Skaana Exotics. Congratulations, Skaana, you've gone through to the final of Fatal Fangs 3. Dude, your clip was absolutely fantastic. You blew me away for sure with that. But Johan, please do not be disheartened. You got to the semi-finals, my friend, and your clips were absolutely insane throughout. That's why you got this far. So a huge well done to you, and a massive thank you as well for all that you have brought to this tournament. But now I'm sure you want to know what the judges had to say. So let me play you those audio clips.
I really enjoyed Johan Exotics' clip. It was a really good clip. Really nice clear shots, good footage of a beautiful mature male tarantula. But I tell you what, this time Skaana Exotics just blew me away. Starting out with that old black and white movie style, and then boom! This insane takedown, the music, the editing, again, crazy editing, and just for that short part in the middle, and then ending it off with how it started at the beginning with that same kind of black and white movie style. It was just awesome to watch and so entertaining, so I had to choose Skaana Exotics this time.
On the first battle, Skaana Exotics, I felt that the black and white old time story and then the close up of the tarantula and the worm, and then just slammed into the music, and I don't know, I just overall enjoyed Skaana Exotics better.
I've been a big fan of Johan Exotics clips through this entire competition. This video, though, I feel like just didn't have the action and excitement. It was very well edited, but the takedown just wasn't all that, I don't know, fascinating. But still good stuff. But Skaana Exotics, I really enjoyed the humor that was kind of injected into it. Really enjoyed the editing, and it was just action-packed. I mean, it was a beautiful takedown, very cool spider, and just overall really enjoyed. So even though it's, you know, it was close, in this particular battle, I think I'm going to have to go with Skaana Exotics.
So yeah, again, well done Skaana Exotics for going through to the final. I'm so excited for you, I really am. At this moment in time that I'm recording this, I have not long finished watching your video on you reviewing your clip from round 1 and you saying, well, hopefully I'll be able to do another one if I go through to round 2. And look at this, dude. I knew all that time that you were going to go through to the final. I couldn't say a word. It was just so exciting, it really was. But Skaana, who are you going up against? So the next battle in the semi-finals was Mark's Tarantulas versus alternative inverts. Now this battle was insane, and the judges found it so hard to choose who to put through to the final. That hard that they actually chose different channels, so there was a split decision, which means I'm not going to tell you who they put through. I'm going to let them do that themselves. So let's have a listen to Rob's voice clip.
Number 2, I picked alternative inverts because although Mark's video was ultra clear, the spider was beautiful, the enclosure, the takedown, everything was beautiful, and the music was fitting, I felt alternative inverts had better shots of the Fang action, and the close-ups and the music just hit every time you would see that Fangs drive into that locust. And then the wrestling match that ensued with that locust, all around the enclosure, outside the enclosure, back into the enclosure, and then the multiple Fang angles of his clip was just, holy crap, it was just amazing. It's that one I had to watch literally 30 different times just to pick them apart. It was the longest one that I watched. The other one I did about 10 to 15 times. But it was about 30 times that I watched Mark and alternative inverts go at it.
So Rob put through alternative inverts. That's 1 vote for you, Kieran. Well done, dude. Now let's have a listen to what Kelly had to say.
I think this round for me was the most difficult battle so far. The most difficult to judge that I've come across. Both Mark's Tarantulas and alternative inverts have been totally solid throughout the whole competition. Kieran's clip was incredible once again. I enjoyed the crisp footage, his editing style, which I've really liked him keeping to that theme all the way along. The T standing tall to carry its prey along the ground was absolutely brilliant. But Mark's Tarantula's clip had me really drawn to it. He used a fishing spider. This was his secret weapon this time round. A super fast takedown in the water. I loved how when it surfaced on the water, we got more of a really good look at it. I could see from the shot all of its colours and markings and the way it behaves and moves along the water, and that's something I haven't really seen much of before, and for me that was just spectacular. So I chose Mark's Tarantulas to go through from this battle.
So Kelly went with Mark's Tarantulas, which means there's 1 vote each. And we need to now hear what Richard had to say. Now Richard did have the deciding vote. He was the last judge to get his choices to me. And yeah, this voice clip from Richard creates a lot of suspense. So hold on to your chairs, people, because this is going to take you for a ride.
Wow, this was an epic battle. My money was that these two channels would be the ones that make it to the finals. I was really hoping to see alternative inverts and Mark's Tarantulas go head to head in the finals, because I mean they're two of my favorite tarantula YouTube channels out there, and I feel like they've been the strongest competition through this entire this entire battle. So seeing these two head to head in the semifinals was still pretty intense, and I'm really struggling to decide which way to go. Like I really think that Mark's Tarantulas did an epic job with that fishing spider. It was a unique species. It was an amazing takedown, and just the enclosure itself is really cool. I mean, it's just completely different than your basic tarantula takedown video. So, on top of that, it was edited very cinematically, great color grading, some amazing angles, great shots. The music was like spot on, like just that. It really set the mood, and I loved how it was kind of edited. To match the action in the shots. Like it was very cinematic. It was like watching a movie or a nature documentary or something. So very impressive. And when I watched it, I was like, well, yeah, that's the one I'm going to pick. So I had already kind of made up my mind before even seeing who Mark's going up against. But then it was alternative inverts, and I was equally impressed with that takedown. I mean, it had one of my favorite tarantula species, as well as one of the coolest feeders out there. Like I wish we had those kind of locusts here in the US to feed tarantulas, just because I think it looks amazing. It just makes for some really great footage. And in the feeding video itself, like the takedown was cool. but just the fang action that Kieran was able to capture was just mind blowing. Like I really enjoyed seeing those fangs, and I was impressed with just even for a small specimen how long those fangs really were. Like I mean, just seeing them completely outstretched and then puncturing into the locust was very impressive. And I feel like that's a shot that you don't normally get very often. You don't see it very often, and I was very impressed that Alternative Inverts was able to capture that kind of fang action. It was amazing. And who's gonna win? I don't know. Like this is a tough decision. I'm gonna have to think about it for a few more minutes and come back.
I mean, come on, Richard. Come on. Who are you going to choose? You can't just stop there. You've got to tell me. I really was at this point listening to that voice clip. My heart was hammering. I was like, oh my God, who is he going to choose? Who is he going to choose? And of course, he did let me know. So now let me let you know. Here you go, guys.
All right, I've watched them both again like 4 or 5 times, and I even ended up having to like make a list of the pros and cons of each video to try and determine who I think my vote is going to get cast for. And it is still really tough. I made the decision, but I'm still struggling with it. Yeah, Mark's Tarantula's video was just epic, very cinematic. I loved all the editing and everything. I've already said that. The only downside to it, what kind of, I don't know, what is unfortunate about the video is that the initial takedown was almost out of frame and out of focus. That was a little disappointing. It would have been really cool if it was, if he was able to capture that, more in the center of the frame and with a much sharper focus. But having done a lot of videos like he made, I know how insanely difficult that is. Like to have that deep of a depth of field requires a whole lot of light, and usually a whole lot of light gets the spider to run and hide. So it's difficult getting that kind of depth of field. So I understand where he's coming from. It would have made the video that much better if it was more in frame and better focus. And also I don't know if Mark's camera has this capability, but if that was able to be recorded in a higher frame rate, 120 frames or even 240 frames per second, so it could have been slowed down, I think that would have made it even more epic. But not everyone's camera has that capability, so that may not have been an option. But just it was a beautiful video. I can't rave enough about that video. It gives me something to inspire to when I film my fishing spiders in the future. So congratulations on that, Mark. Epic video. And Kieran, Alternative Inverts, also, as I've said before, a very amazing video. That macro shot coming straight down onto the tarantula. You could really see the color and the pattern and the hairs on it. I mean, and not just that, but it was also a very cool angle to see the prey. You could really see the eyes of that locust. I just thought that was a beautiful shot. And then you followed it, I think it was maybe a shot or two later, with this kind of like eye level or like ground level shot of the tarantula with that locust and its fangs. And I thought that was a beautifully it was just a beautifully composed shot. I mean, you just right there on the level with that tarantula, and it was just beautiful in focus. The color grading was amazing. Like the lighting was epic. Like just everything about that shot, it was almost moving. Like it was a beautiful shot, and I got to give you props on the cinematography there. That was some amazing footage. It was some amazing footage. So I'm struggling. Like I probably watched these in total maybe 10 times back to back, just going back and forth. And yeah, it's tough, and they're both really great. But personally, I think my vote is and yeah, I think I'm still struggling. Sorry, this is so long, but I think that my vote, I'm going to have to cast it for Mark's tarantulas, just because it was a unique species, and it was just more cinematic. I think it's where I'm finally kind of resting on. What it just seemed a little more like it was just pulled straight out of a nature documentary. I thought it was an epic takedown, an epic species, an epic enclosure. I mean, it checked off all those boxes. And I really feel if Alternative Inverts feeding clip went up against any clip that I've seen this entire competition, it would have won. It just so happened that in this head-to-head battle, it was up against another video that was equally as good and just a little bit better, in my opinion. So sorry, Kieran. I love your videos, love your channel. I think you did an amazing job at this one, but Mark's was just a little bit better. So I got to throw my vote there.
So Richard went with Mark's Tarantulas, but of course he found it extremely hard to choose. As with Kelly and Rob, they found it hard too. But congratulations, Mark, you are through to the final of Fatal Fangs 3. Well done to you, dude. Your clip of your fishing spider was absolutely fantastic. But Kieran, alternative inverts, please don't be disheartened, dude. You got to the semi-finals, that's absolutely amazing. And your clip of your H. Porcripes walking across the table with that locust in its mouth was absolutely fantastic. It really was. And then seeing it go back into its enclosure and the close-ups and the fang action, dude, you blew me away with it. You really did. So that means that Skaana Exotics is going head to head with Mark's Tarantulas in the final of Fatal Fangs 3. Do you want to see their battle? It's absolutely insane.
This is my Latrodectus hazeltee, commonly known as the redback spider. And as you notice at first glance, the web looks like a tangled mess with no real system or method. But in reality, it is a finely engineered trap. As I put the cricket in the web, it starts to struggle, and instantly the redback goes to work, throwing line upon line of sticky silk upon the animal to completely disable it. The spider does not approach the bites the prey until the prey is sufficiently bound. Using this method, she relies completely on the sheer strength of the silk and not the power of the spider. Finally, the spider bites the cricket, injecting it with venom. Notice the sticky glue-like droplets on the main thread. There's no escape for the cricket, as the spider continues to throw a line of silk. Notice how the spider is cutting the silk away from the twig. The cricket is getting weaker from the struggling. The venom is probably now taking effect, as the spider prepares to hoist the cricket into the upper reaches of the web.
Wow, wow, wow. That's all I can say is just wow. Oh my good grief. I just fantastic, absolutely fantastic battle to end this tournament on. You guys, all of you, all of the contestants, you've absolutely blown me away every step of the way. You are absolutely amazing people. You absolutely rock. If people don't subscribe to your channels, then they're absolutely missing out. And I'm saying absolutely too many times because I'm absolutely blown away and excited about this whole entire tournament. Now, don't forget that there is a viewer's favourite vote in this round, so drop your comment with who you think has the best clip. Is it Mark's Tarantulas or is it Skaana Exotics? Now, at this moment in time, I don't know who the champion is, which does mean that you guys are going to have to wait. I'm pretty sure that I will know by the time this video goes out and you're viewing it, but at the time of me recording it, I have no idea. So you're going to have to join me next week to find out who gets crowned champion of Fatal Fangs 3. So until I see you next time, please do take care of yourselves and may the best Fangs win.